Hello and Happy New Year. Welcome back to my channel. It's Fatmata here from Traditionally Inspired Meaningful Art. This is going to be a wonderful Friday Sews video. I have a lot to share with you. So first and foremost, I want to say thank you to Jen from Today in Jen's Sewing Room for starting this hashtag. And I believe there is a Facebook community group and they have different questions every week and things like that. This is just going to be more low-key, more of an update and a Happy New Year's sort of video. And hopefully moving forward, I'll try to keep up with those questions and really be a part of the Friday Sews community. But today, I want to start off and just say a huge thank you for such a warm welcome to this channel and for all of the love and support throughout 2021. It's been really nice to grow our small little community here, and I'm hoping to just continue to grow that throughout this year. I do have some plans for you. I have some recent acquisitions and some recent makes that I hope to share with you in this video. Okay, so what I'm wearing, I finally got to make one of the things that was in my late fall winter plans video that I shared with you all. So that is McCall M7974 and I absolutely love it. So I'm going to do a full review of this pattern, hopefully some point throughout the winter season. I do plan to make it again, and I definitely want to kind of test it out again because there are some changes that I want to make to it. This was my wearable toile. It is in a different fabric than the one that I showed you in the plans video, but I will share all of the details about that when I make that updated video. I do have a video of a week in sewing for December that I hope to share with you next week, and that will kind of recap a bit of it, and then I'll follow up with a proper review video once I make the secondary one. I followed Sean from Kittenish Behaviors video and tutorial on how to fully line the bodice and do French seams in the skirt, and this make is absolutely gorgeous. Now from there, my week in sewing has been quite successful and I'm really excited about the things that I've done. I am chipping away slowly through my fall and winter plans. I'm not trying to rush through them like I sometimes did last year. I'm really taking my time and focusing on fit and the craftsmanship of the makes. So last week, or this week that just passed, I finished the bottoms of Simplicity S9114. I know these are like a loved pattern in the sewing community and I was so happy to finally give it a try. I made them out of this gorgeous wool crepe fabric that I had in my stash. Oh, both of these fabrics were actually thrifted. This is a black linen that I thrifted sometime last year, I think. I had tons of yardage of it, so when the quilting cotton that I was gonna use didn't work, this was a great alternative. And this wool crepe was one that I picked up and thrifted, I think possibly 2 years ago, and it's been in my stash and I didn't know what to do with it. But these pants are so delightful in here. I did not end up lining them. I'd cut out a lining and made so many alterations to the pants that it didn't really make sense. I'll try and figure out what to wear under them, but as I wear them and kind of walked around in them, they weren't super itchy, but they might do better and be more long lasting with a lining. I just think it's so beautifully made. I told you guys in the plans video that I was afraid of a front fly closure. I made a front fly closure. I'm so proud of this make. The only thing that I need to do now is figure out the closure situation. I made more of an overlap in my pant because from a lot of the videos that I saw, you could see a lot of the pull tabs on different makes. So I wanted to create this flap over so I can kind of really hold it in place with a button further down on the waistband, and that worked perfectly. I just need to put the buttonhole in it now and attach the buttons, but it's so beautiful. And I made sure to put a really nice crease in the front because I like it like that. So I can't wait to show you guys what those look like on in like my January makes video review, but they did get made up. So I'm very proud of that. I want to talk a little bit about some of the things that I just picked up today, actually. It's Thursday night when I'm recording this, and I consider Thursdays Thrifty Thursday. Let me know if you guys would be interested in like a weekly or monthly Thrifty Thursday where I just talk about like amazing thrift finds of my various years of thrifting. It doesn't have to be like something that I acquired that week, but just really nice roundups of things. And on this trip, I picked up yarn. I don't even knit, guys. I do crochet and I love to crochet. And I see yarn at the thrift store often. But the reason why this particular bundle or these bundles caught my eye were because they looked super fancy. They are from a brand called ellen.com, and I looked them up. It says made in Italy, but they are recently discontinued as of 2021, so that was really sad. So I've seen their yarns like on eBay and they go for quite a bit, and I got a bundle of like 9 skeins of yarn for $3. So that was awesome because Thrifty Thursday you get 25% off. So for $3, 9 of these bundles. This is 100% pure linen. And I think that fiber content is what really appealed to me. But then in my research, it doesn't really stretch. So I'm going to have to get quite creative with what I make with them. But I think something crocheted would be very lovely. Or I can pick my knitting needles up finally this year and try and make something. This is a 70% linen and 30% cotton blend. And this plum color is just gorgeous. And this one was also $3 and had 9 skeins in it as well. So I thought that that was an amazing buy. So I had to snag those up, and I will be, of course, sharing with you what I end up making with them. Some ideas are beginning to percolate, but I'll let them settle for a little bit and then share with you what I do. Something else that I wanted to share with you were some updates on my fall plans, and 2 of like the makes that have been making my heart go pitter patter the most. I think coming into this week, I want to start working on them. Do you recognize the fabrics? Do you remember? Okay, so on a previous Thrifty Thursday, I found this McCall's pattern. It's 6503, and this is a 1993 pattern. So really nice vintage pattern, but it's a faux like mock style sarong. And I have stalked that inspiration skirt to no end. Finally found its origins and went onto the website and saw a picture of the back of it that then made everything make sense. So hopefully I'm sharing those images with you, but I think this will be a good starting place for a hack that I can do to get a similar style. I also got horsehair. So I don't know if this requires horsehair, but because the fabric I'm using is so drapey, I'm going to see if it would help make the flounce, you know? I don't know if I'm gonna need it, but I figured it's better that I have it than not, because there's gonna be a lot of hacking going on, but I'm really excited to finally start digging into this. I think I've been avoiding it because I'm scared, and I don't think I'm going to twirl it. It's just, I don't think I'm gonna twirl this one. I think I'm gonna go for it, and it's going to end up being a skirt that I will love, I know that. But if it doesn't look exactly like the inspiration, I'm not like super bummed about it, so I'm gonna go for it. Now with the pants, this lovely fabric is one that I picked up for my birthday at Mood Fabrics. It is a cotton sateen fabric, and I love it. I am planning to make a pair of wide leg, straight leg sort of pants, but what I really want is a pair of pants that's going to have a waistband, sit high on the waist, kind of like be straight. I want the pattern pieces to not have much of a curve at the hips and throughout the leg, because I'm going to be using this pattern in a very strategic way. So I'm going to cut this strip, this panel right here, and I want that to like be on the side of the pants, and I want this floral print to be in the center of the pant legs, and then I want this panel to be at the waist, so, and at the very bottom, I think. So I have a very clear vision of where I want each of these pieces of the puzzle to sit. So it's helpful if whatever pattern I'm using, the legs are straight and don't like curve. So I'm thinking that this vintage pattern that I thrifted a while ago, S7777 view 1, if I lengthen it, I think it might do what I want. It has like box pleats in the front. This one though, I think I may toile. Technically, it's a fairly simple and straightforward pattern. It has a front, a back, a waist seam, I think like facings, and then the pockets, you know. So it could be something that might be worthwhile toiling. And I do have a navy cotton sateen that I picked up in the Black Friday sale at G Street Fabric that I think might work. And then I would have a pair of navy straight leg pants. And I just got rid of my pair that I had since college because I realized one of the reasons I don't wear them that much is because they were low rise and I'm not really into that style anymore. So it would be nice. So I will toile it, get a new pair of pants. I might do that. So that's an update there. Currently what's on my sewing machine is S8736. This was also in my plans. I'm making it out of this really, really soft and lovely quilting cotton with like the ditziest print with these like white flowers on this olive green background. I am in love with olive green at the moment. I just love it so much. I'm glad that this is my wearable toile for it. I think I'm going to like this pattern. I know the adjustments that I need to make and I'm documenting it as I go along. But again, I'm taking it slowly. I'm enjoying the process. I have put in the neckband and unpicked it twice already. I think I might have 2 more that are ahead of me because I'm trying to figure out, do I want a lace trim? Do I want to just like create a ruffle using the same fabric? I have to figure out how I want to finish off the neck binding. And I'm taking my time with it. I'm just gonna go with it, if you will. All right, so that's what I'm sewing. That's what I have planned for next week. Let's talk about when I just happened to go into Joann's the other day and what I walked out with. So if you get any Joann updates or emails, you might know that they're currently in like their clearance palooza. So you get like an additional, I don't know, 30% off of the spot check items. But in addition to that, their like remnants section that's 50% off of whatever the price is ridiculous at the moment because of that, because everything is just like a reduction on top of the reductions, and it's kind of impressive. My daughter is in need of some winter wear, so I want to make her some like fleecy but still nice looking things. And so I picked up this pattern. It's like one of their newer patterns that's out on the shelf. So the drawer number is S8998, but it is like out on display right now. But this is a very simple like raglan sleeve children's pattern. So I felt like this was good to have in my arsenal. I'm going to trace these because this goes from 3 to 8. She's 2.5. So I'm just going to cut the size 3s. I'm going to trace the size 3s, and that way I can have this pattern for a while. This is an older pattern that I had thrifted a while ago, and this is S4924. So it's like a unisex, just like basics for toddlers. So I am also going to try and use some of these. But what was really nice is that they had so many options. I don't think I'm going to go through these like individually, but this was the most expensive thing that I got. It was in the clearance section, and it was like their spot fabric section, and it's one of their shirtings, like the platitudes, I think. It's like brushed. It's really beautiful. I just think this like gingham or checkered print is just such a like nice basic and would make a really nice dress for the colder months. This is like a nylon spandex ribbing, which it's a rib knit, so I'm planning to use it as like ribbing in cuffs and stuff because I never know what to use for that. But I felt like black was a good one, and it was in the remnant section. I think I got it for like $1 and some change, and it's, yeah, almost a yard of it, so like 0.8 yards, so that's pretty good. And then I got some of the other, like, this is a poly rayon blend, super soft and like brushed and gorgeous in this charcoal color, a similar one in this like almost denim color, and this is brushed and really beautiful. I got some of their fleece, and this is the Luxe fleece thing. It is dense and deep and gorgeous. And there was this dress that I saw on Pinterest that has this like really exaggerated bow for little girls that I was like, oh, I can make that. Or some like pants. I'm trying to give them something that like when we're on our way to the car, something that they can easily like wear over the clothes that they would wear once we get to where we're going. And it's not as cold anymore, but it got really cold really quickly where I am, and I feel like they need something. So that's going to be, I'm gonna spend like a week later on in December probably, and hopefully for a weekend just cut out a bunch of things and hopefully make them for her as we ease into February. I feel like this is gonna be a cold winter, and we're just getting started with it is what it feels like to me. It's the last thing I'm gonna share with you in this video. I spent the morning of January 1st of New Year's at G Street Fabrics. I'm not ashamed of it. Not just to look at fabric. I went there because I needed to pick up my straight stitch plate for my sewing machine, which I ordered when I got it, but it wasn't in stock. They ordered it for me. I went to go pick it up, but I timed it so that I would get there for New Year's. And I'm so glad I did. It was wonderful, and everybody that I met there that morning was like the sweetest, and I actually made like an in the moment sewing friend, and we were like talking about the fabrics and having such a great time, because if you also chose to spend your New Year's Day at G Street Fabrics, we are kindred spirits. That's what I felt like. Anyways, I picked up some fabrics, and these are just my favorites of that morning, and I wanted to share them with you at the end of this because I might do a full haul and include some of the things that I got during the Black Friday sale, because I realized I never showed you those, but I don't know if I'll do that. Let me know in the comments down below if you want like a full haul of all of those things, because I got some good stuff then too. Look at this. It's a rayon jacquard, and I don't know if you can you see the jacquard little flecks? Have like these little dobby things on them, but these colors are just glorious. And I think this like deep teal blue, this olive green is like an absolute favorite of mine for sure, but I just love it. And the pattern that I want with it, and it's enough fabric. Who am I? I just love who I am in 2022. But the fabric that I want to sew with this is S8735. I might change my mind down the road, but this very beautiful wrap dress I think is going to be amazing. I want to do View D, the very long one with the long sleeves. I think that would work with this because of the colors in here. I have every single one of these colors, so I could just like put on a white undershirt under it and not really think too much about it. And I think it'd look great in this rayon. Then I got this awesome rayon as well. You can tell by all the wrinkles that it's a rayon. Now this is a navy. Hopefully you can see that that's navy and not black, but it's a navy, gold, and white plaid, which is glorious. And just the gold in it, it's like an old gold, which I absolutely love. Navy and gold are my college colors, and I love it. Like I can't pass it up. I got 3 yards because I want to make, I think I'm gonna make the dress in S9114. I think because of the drop shoulder design, the puffy sleeves, and the gathers, because they're like straight panels, I'm not gonna have to worry about having like curves or trying to match too much of the plaid, you know what I mean? It's gonna be more boxy, and I think that's the way to go. Then I picked up this rayon challis, and after working with a rayon challis last year, it's one of my favorite fabrics for sure. And it was awesome. Awesome. I just love all the colors in here. I'm debating on whether to make a dress or a skirt, but what I'm leaning towards is to make something that has a button front placket. This is only 2 yards, so it can't be a fabric hungry thing, but something that buttons in the front, because then I could like wear it over jeans and have it open or something like that, but I love it. Then I got this gingham blue and navy, navy and white gingham cotton. And it's like a heavier weight cotton, and I want to make a skirt out of it. I just think this would be awesome for like all seasons, and it's a skirt, so it should be quite simple. I might even try this, the skirt from the Vintage Simplicity pattern 7777. It has like box pleats and a slightly gathered back panel, and I think that would actually be like perfect in this. So we're gonna match those up. All right, the last one that I want to show you is this satin jacquard. Look at it. Look at it. Do you see the jacquard? Do you see the flowers? Can you see it? Do you see it? It's this midnight blue with this amazing floral jacquard, and I absolutely love it. It like slides out of your hand. It's so slippery. It's so good. You could even use this to like line the sleeves of jackets. Oh, gosh, I'm so happy I have as much of it as I do. So I haven't tried this pattern yet, and I picked it up at the end of last year, S9010. Seems like because I have enough of it, I feel like I could test it out without being too sad about it if I don't love it. The only views of this that I've seen online are the view that she's wearing with the like open back, which I think is gorgeous, but I wouldn't wear that. And I don't know if this is the one with the closed back is gonna seem too like blah, you know? So I'm gonna have to test it out and see, I guess. But yeah, I think anything you make out of this would be awesome. Jess from So What If I Sew recently, I think her Christmas dress was like out of a satiny jacquard fabric, like a red one. That looked really, really good. And she had a wrap dress, which I think this could also be a really stunning wrap dress too. All right, so we've talked new in, what I'm working on now, what I plan to work on in the future. This feels good. I know this one was long, and they won't all be. I feel like this was more of a really intense catch up because I'm not in the habit of doing Friday sews, but I really hope that I can be consistent with it because it's nice to kind of do these updates more consistently so that I don't feel like I'm packing a ton in a really finite amount of time. The next thing that you can expect from me this Sunday, I'm hoping to post the last video in my heirloom series, and this is going to be the making of my best friend's quilt. And it's not just going to be another video of me showing you me making it. This is actually going to be like a tips video. So every tip that I kind of utilized and learned, and I'm really going to try to be thoughtful about the description to link as many of the videos that I used and the things that I was, you know, binge watching while I was in this like quilt making process. I'm also going to include in there the fact that I actually designed the quilt pattern that I used for that particular one. I just jumped in the deep end because I knew the types of like the cut of fabrics that I had. I just designed my own quilt, which I'm really pleased with. I'm really kind of proud of myself for doing that. So that's what you can expect throughout the rest of this weekend. As I mentioned, I have like a behind the scenes mix video that I'd shot in December. I have all of that footage, just haven't had a chance to put it together. So I am still going to share that with you even though we're in January. I want to do Make 9 this year. I want to talk about my sewing roundup for 2021. So lots of different things. I know I'm seeing so many of those videos come out right now, and it's been really exciting to watch them. Mine will just be a little bit later in the month. So hopefully you're excited about that and will subscribe and stay tuned to see all of those. But yeah, I am so happy to be here and hope that you stay tuned. Stay creative. Bye.